So then for part 2, maybe just kind of come over, you know, of course, sanitize the edges on that. And like I said, I don't like the way it's coming up vertically. I think it's gonna rain tomorrow a little bit, so I'm gonna actually put that neon green, like, I forget what you want to call it. So when you're pruning these, by the way, you might be able to see it from there. You don't really want to cut it exactly. I'll show you. So you don't exactly want to cut it dead on. Like, let's say I want this branch to be the main one. You don't want to cut it like right here, because it's gonna die back maybe a centimeter or so, and you don't want that to die back into this, because then you might get this dying back, this entire area right here. So I like to just go a little. If you get a little stump, sure. Because if you look here, look at this one. You see how, you see that little bump right there? This is dead. And then it comes down and there's a little bump right there. That's how much it dies back. Especially if you use a good like cutter and it's clean and see like that, same. So it dies back, and then this is good stuff. So that's how much I usually cut back. So like here, for example, too, this little bump ledge, that's a perfect one there, I would say. So back to this, you just want to cut it a little bit above where you would want it to cut. So come over, line it up. It's a very big cut, by the way, so you know, don't feel too bad. It's good for the tree later on. Whoop. Woo! Okay, Jesus. So looks like a very rough cut, but it gives you a lot of space now on the tree. Pretty solid cut, you know. Usually you can get a little pinch in there if you don't sharpen the thingy enough. And you can have these, you know, this whole branch is gone just like that. And me personally, I'm a little farmer boy, so I might just put that in the ground and just see if they take or not. It's very tempting to do it on this side, but the only reason I wouldn't necessarily do it on this side yet is because I don't really have a good follow-up branch. See like how this branch is following perfectly in that way, this one's coming perfectly this way. This one's going the perfect direction I would like. I don't really have one of those over here. You know, the branch that I'm looking for is kind of this one. So unless I would cut it, what the fuck is this branch? This branch is like in the way a little bit. So unless I would cut it here and get rid of this branch too, and let this branch take me off to Netherland, you know, I'm not sure what I would even want to do with that. Not sure what I want to do with that. I don't like these branches facing up, so bad habit here of just plugging it out like that, because like I said, it kind of leaves like a little, like it takes out like a little chunk with it, like a little pettiness. So shouldn't really do that, but I do it anyways. It's a little bad habit. I know I can't really find a branch to replace this one. I don't like the unevenness either. So unless, oh no, there's a branch right here. Fuck, there's a branch back here. I think I should just do it. I'm out here going crazy, so I might as well just do it. It's better for the tree, right? Remember, it's like this year, it's all about structure. It's all about structure. And eventually, once these catch, I'm gonna cut these off. I don't need this. This is a very good angle. This is just like a backup in case these don't work and I ruin the tree. One below the graft and one above the graft. No leaves, so that this one pushes out the leaf, which I think is why this one grew up so much faster, because it took off all the branches, all the leaves, versus those down there, which, you know, if you notice, the ones that I took off all the leaves and the branches, they're actually growing, versus, you know, the ones that I didn't. So let's put us back on our pedestal here. And we don't have to sanitize again because it's the same tree. And where's that cute branch again? Talking spicy? Oh man, fuck. Hate these cuts. Okay. I think I see it. I like that. So this one's gotta go. And no, it's not for OCD purposes. It's a big cut, but I'll show you the updates of these trees and cuts later on. Let me make sure. God damn. I'll show you the updates and cuts later on. Yeah. I'll show you the updates on these trees as they grow throughout the season. And look at that, Jesus. This should be cut. This one right here should be cut. It's very bushy right here too, so look at that. God. Clean cut though, look at that. That's like therapeutic. So yeah, these two will grow out. These two are, by the end of this growing season, these are gonna be like way up here. At the very minimum. Honestly, I kind of like this one more than this one. So instead of these fighting for each other later, I'm not even gonna like rip that. I'm gonna actually cut that because it's gonna be like a part of the main branching. So I don't want anything to go wrong with that one. Actually, yeah, I like this one. And see, it fills up this space right here, so that's gonna be good. So, and it gives energy back down to my grass. And there's two branches down here too. I'll probably cut one of those. So, doing this with like one hand, so I'll just fix it later. This one I don't really mind, so I'll pop it off a little bit. I'll just do a little twist action. A little twist action there. And yeah, a little mini pruning. I don't mind showing you guys how to prune these things either if you guys want. Even if like 2 people says, yeah, sure, prune, know how to prune, bro. You know, I'll prune whatever. A good tip to prune is you don't want these things straight up. So what you can do is if you just take your finger and just run it down. And usually if your finger runs into one of these branches, it's a good sign that it probably needs to come off. So let's say, for example, I take my finger and come down and I run into this branch. What's going on with this branch? It's going in a decent direction, but I don't want it going in this direction this low to the tree. So that's why it's kind of a decent idea to just kind of pluck it off. I didn't really plug it, so it didn't pull it. So it didn't really give me that nasty pull off. And this one too. That one was decent. Because it would just come over here and just be awkward. So yeah, it's not so bad. Like I said, I'll show you guys this tree later on. I'll probably put these in a pot and see if they'll grow. Try to see if I can sell some of these shits. But yeah, it's a nice open now. It's very nice and open now. All right, see you.